Hey y'all, this is Jamie. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to another Keep or Declutter video. In today's video, I am going to be using the Urban Decay Born to Run palette, and by the end of the video, I will be deciding whether I want to keep it in my collection or declutter it. But before we get into that, make sure that you subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell so you can be notified when I upload a new video. Also be sure to give this a thumbs up if you like this video, if you like the series, and without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. Alright, so I'm kind of upset with myself because I'm definitely not OCD, but I like things in a particular way, certain things in a particular way, and I like going in order. When I went back and watched like all the animated Disney movies, I did them all in chronological order. When I put things together, I do it in like alphabetical order. And so when I decided to do this series, I decided to do my palettes in alphabetical order. That would be the order that I went through all of the palettes in my eyeshadow collection. And I'm really upset because this Urban Decay Born to Run palette, this was in the box with all of my other eyeshadow palettes, so it's not like it was in like a hidden place and I just found it. Not only was this not in alphabetical order, it wasn't even on my list. I went through my box and I was like, hey, Urban Decay Born to Run. I was like, that starts with a B. I'm on the C's right now. I was like, but I don't remember doing that palette. And sure enough, I did not. So we're having to go back because we did Chestnut Eyes palette from Profusion. That was the last one we did. Obviously that starts with a C. We were into the C's, almost done with the C's. And now I'm having to go back to a B palette. And I'm upset about that because on my playlist, it'll be noticeable. Maybe just by me, I don't know. So we're coming back, we're doing the Urban Decay Born to Run palette today. That was my little rant. This is the palette. I'm pretty sure this palette was meant to be like a travel palette, and you can kind of see with how many shades are in here, how many different looks you can create with this. It's got cool tones, it's got warm tones, it's got some brighter colors, it's got more natural colors. I really like it. I think I've used it a couple times on my channel before. So we're gonna create a look with this and I'm gonna decide if I wanna keep it in my collection or if I wanna get rid of it. I really want to stick to, I think, some of these like bronze and orangey shades, like this shade Ignite, and then like this whole row, and then a couple of these. So I think we're gonna go with like orangey today. I'm feeling the like summer sunset kind of look. I think I'm gonna go in with, first I'm gonna go in with this shade Still Shot up here, or I think I'm gonna mix it with Riff. That's gonna be my transition shade, like up above the crease. And then I'm going to go into the shade Baja right here, and I'm going to put that in my crease slightly below that previous shade. Alright, so then I'm going to go in with the shade Punk, this dark brown shade, and I'm going to use that to deepen up the outer edges. Just a tidge. So I think I want to use a couple shimmer shades today. So I'm looking at this one right here, Ignite, and then this one up here, Stranded. And I think I'm going to put Ignite kind of towards the outer edge, the middle third, and then have Stranded kind of in the inner corner. I'm trying to remember if I've used any other Urban Decay eyeshadows before. I think this is the only one. for the lower lash line, I'm just gonna real quick take care of that. We're gonna do what we did on the top. We're gonna go along the bottom with, that wasn't said very well, but I think y'all know what I mean. Alright, so here is the final look for my lips. I did put on the e.l.f. Modern Metals liquid lipstick, and on my brows I have the, of course, ColourPop Brow Boss Gel in Blonde. I do have on the Luminous Bronzing Powder from Essence, and I've decided to forego the blush today. Let's talk about Verdict. So, I don't think I actually went over like shades, how many shades there are, what kind of shades there are. In this palette there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 matte shades. There's one shade that has a bit of a sheen to it, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 shimmer shades. There are more shimmer shades than there are matte shades in here, but I think the matte shades are different enough and there are enough of them that I think you could still create quite a few different looks in here. We'll start off with negatives for this palette. So, first negative. First negative of this is it's no longer available. I didn't realize that this was a limited edition palette. I thought that it was just gonna be one of their like normal palettes. That is a bit of a negative. If I use this palette on my channel and you don't already have it, you can't get it. But I do feel like this is a popular enough palette, and it was out for long enough that I feel like a lot of people probably do already have it. And you know, that's one of the things that I think a lot of people comment on, is that people kind of do videos on a palette once and then forget about it. And so I think a lot of people have palettes in their own collection that they want to see used quite often and they don't. So, you know, I can use this and create tutorials for the people who have this palette and want more looks from it. We turned that negative into a bit of a positive. Honestly, I think that's the only negative that I have to say about this palette, is that it's not still available. Everything else is a pro for me. I love the shades that are in here. As I said before, yes, usually I do complain about having more shimmer shades than matte shades in a palette. However, this, sorry if you can hear the garage door opening. This one has 21 shades, so it still has 7 matte shades. And the 7 matte shades are different enough. Like these 3 right here are all matte shades, and then these 4 up here are all matte shades. So I feel like they're different enough, and you have some light shades, some dark shades, some colorful shades, some like natural shades, that I do feel like you still can create enough looks with this palette. I love the fact that this does have a mirror, a pretty sizable mirror. It's nice and sleek, so you can travel with this. Like I said before, I think that was kind of the intention behind this palette, was for it to be a cool travel palette, as you can see with the art that is on the actual palette. I really like the palette, and because of all of that, I am going to keep the Urban Decay Born to Run palette. So that is it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't already, make sure that you subscribe to the channel before you leave and hit that notification bell so you can be notified when I upload a new video. Another Keep or Declutter video is coming on Thursday, and that one will be on the Lorac Pro Chocolate Box palette. Also, be sure to give this a thumbs up if you liked this video and liked this series. Leave any recommendations, requests that you have in the comments down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see y'all in my next video. Bye, y'all.